Hello everybody, welcome on Dot by Doc, the DeFi talk show on Polkadot every week. We organize with the Ofster, the only DeFi guy. How are you?
I'm good, man. Hanging in there. Hanging in there. How are
Everything
you,
is
sir?
fine?
Yeah, everything is good. All good in the hood. How are you?
I'm good, like always. You know, it's a good time in this moment in my life. So for me, everything is okay, and it's very nice. I have a little time to look the DeFi, but not so much. But we'll see of the different subject we want to speak today. And you, some new topic this week?
Some minor crazy stuff. I'm pretty sure it was only a few days ago. Like there was a crazy riot in Ireland. That's like never happened before.
Yeah. I have seen.
That
I've
was like right
seen.
next to my house. So that was crazy. And then what have I been doing? I've literally spent the last 3 days trying to figure out how to get the price out of the stable swap pools on Bifrost. I've made zero progress.
Yeah.
But
I know.
I'm just gonna,
I know the subject, and I need to work on it
yeah.
at one moment. Need to see if you can use a library to do it more easily, or if you want to reproduce the full calculation by yourself.
See, that's what I tried to do. I can get the data, I can get all the pool data, but I tried to do the calculation myself, but I could never get it to line up with the front end. I think it has something to do with the Nuts Finance SDK. I think they've not. I don't say stolen, but I think they've used the Nuts Finance, the stable swap asset, kind of the same team that worked behind the L dot pools, T dot.
Yeah.
I think they're using that same logic, but I can't really find how to get the
Alors, I
Nuts
can
Finance stuff onto Bifrost.
I can say to you that it's exactly the same logic between T-Dot and Bifrost because it's the same code.
No, no. Again, I figured that out. If you check on Polkadot.js and you go into pool info, it does say Nuts Finance. So that was a little bit of a hint. But I just couldn't figure out what to do after that. That was the issue. That was my biggest issue this week.
Yeah, but you will success. There are some topic to focus, and you will success. And normally it's the same mathematic for all the stable pool. You just have some extra step in some, like for dot v dot. You have the ratio between dot and v dot. It's currently it's hard coded. They need to make a governance vote to change it. It's not a live ratio like in Akala. In Akala in T dot stable pool, you have also the ratio L dot dot. They need to be updated, but it's dynamic. There are no change. Currently, to relay the stable pool fast in Bifrost, it's a variable, and so they update it one times a week by governance vote. So it's not perfect, but I know when they work on it to change these details.
I just personally, I always feel much more comfortable instead of just getting the price out of the pool, getting the like quote exact input. Because I've done just the price before and it's wrecked me. Where like someone pulled all their liquidity out, the price it looked like it was a good price.
Yeah,
I bought and then it looked like it was a good sell price and I just went back and forth losing money. So
you know,
I kind of prefer quote exact input.
yeah, but this it's arrive. Me, I have discovered another topic when I was surprised, and I don't have speak of you yet of it. It's an Akala side for the Euphrat farming. I have seen that it's not possible to take your dot, to swap your dot to L dot, to take, for example, 1% bonus on chip rent or 0.5% bonus on chip rent, and after to put them in the farming in Euphrat. What I have understand it's you need to come with your dot, and to enter in Euphrat, you need to convert your dot in L dot by Euphrat. You cannot arrive with your
Yeah.
L dot you have swap.
I, what it wants is it wants you to either deposit LC dot or dot. You
Yeah, but
can't bring along L dot and then stake that.
yeah, but it's
Um,
I don't know. Uh, what is the interest for a Kala to block for LC dot? I understand, but for
Well,
blocking the L
I don't think
dot,
it's blocking. Like, yeah, like if you want to, you can just like take out your L dot, redeem
yeah,
it
but
back into dot, and
I
then put it
lost
in.
1 month. I lost 1 month.
True, I think you can fast redeem, but I think maybe the thought behind
Yeah,
it is
fast
that
redeem
like
it's one
the
percent.
crowd
It's the
loan.
same.
Okay, you're right.
I was a little
I think the
surprised of
thought
it.
behind it is that. Sorry, you go.
No, I was a little surprised of it because for me it's a basic point to arrive with your dot to take a benefit at the entry of the liquid stacking pool to stabilize the pool of liquid stacking. Because when you entry by dot to have L dot, you make the ratio L dot dot in the pool better, more near of the reality. And after you take this L dot, you put in farming. Here it what is mean, it's you take the dot, you mint L dot to put on the farming, and the ratio of the pool it's only blocked by the arbitrary people. They fast redeem their L dot to dot to swap to L dot with the 1% gap. But I don't see the reason to favorize these arbitrary people compared to favorize the people they want to farm L dot and receive a bonus of dot at the entry. It's more better also for Akala to say, can take 0.5% entry bonus on your dot and put on the farming just after.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I can understand that people would want to jump between the two of them. That like if one has a little bit of a higher APY, they kind of want to super quickly jump into the other pool, and I can understand that logic.
But here it can motivate the people to enter more faster on the frat farming. It will not unmotivate the people to kit. It can only motivate the people to cam. So I don't know if some people have complained of this in Akala, Discord, and others, that they cannot put in farming their L dot, they swap from dot. I don't know if some other people have speak of it.
There have been some people, but generally they're happy to just unstake it back into dot or swap it back into dot and then turn it into T dot, deposit it into UFRITS again. But I can understand your perspective. It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. I have seen when some topic will happen for L dot. It will be available in some new pool. I don't know if you can speak of it.
Yeah, it's on StellaSwap now. It's actually the pool got really big really quick. I was surprised. There's incentives for dot L dot on StellaSwap at the moment. It's actually the tech they're using is pretty cool. It's like concentrated liquidity technology. I think the farming rewards are live now, so sure that's a good fun thing. If people have dot or L dot, they can farm on StellaSwap. Pretty cool.
I don't have take the time today to look because I was many topic. What is the API we have in StellaSwap for L dot pool?
I saw it this morning, but I don't want to, or yesterday, but I don't want to quote it because it's probably changed loads. I think I saw this morning that it has run up to 300K in liquidity.
Oh, 63% is nice. Bon, I need to move on it a little. It's full pay in Aka, I see. For the moment, we have 20% in trade fee and 42% in Aka token.
Nice, 62%. That's a pretty.
After
fair.
we need to remember the security to have your L dot in farming in a frat is not the same level of security than to have on pool inside StellaSwap. It's not the same level of security for me also. So we need to remember that we have a better RPA, but we take also an extra risk to be inside StellaSwap compared to be inside Akala farming. For me, we can put it in the same level. I don't say that it's dangerous. I just say that it's not the same level of security.
That's true, but I would see you're right. It's not the same, but I do think that farming on StellaSwap with L dot is relatively safe. Touch wood. No promises, but relatively safe.
If we say that 100% safe, it's stacking inside Polkadot, we can say Akala, I don't know, I say randomly, it's, I don't know, 90% safe to put in Akala your stacking or 95% safe to put your LDOT in stacking. And maybe if you put your LDOT in farming in StellaSwap, you go down at 90%. So it's still very safe, I think, but we need to inform that it's still not exactly the same.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely would say Akala staking's way safer than 95%. But yeah, your logic is true. Once you start,
I think it was just to give an idea.
Looping. Once you start looping positions, like you have a position on top of a position on top of a position, then the whole system starts to become a lot more volatile and a lot more dynamic. If one part goes down, you're kind of wrecked for the whole spot.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but this is interesting. I'm very happy when we begin to see more cross-chain interaction, to see more topic happen. How to say? To have more product of the different parachain who exist on the different parachain. For the moment, one of the big issue I think we have on the ecosystem is we don't enough cross-chain, and many people was looking the others like a concurrent. Like okay, but if I send my LDOP on Moonbeam because it's on Moonbeam instead of Swap, okay, I will grab the TVL on Moonbeam and not grab the TVL of Akala. And this, I think, it's nice when we see now when this logic begin to be reduced and the different project begin to accept to go boost the other project. Because if we make Polkadot, but we don't make this, just make your blockchain alone. Don't come in Polkadot. So I think it's very great point we see on the DeFi in this moment. The first we are making a lot of it. It was also with Bifrost with their page to make the cross-chain action in one transaction from Moonbeam and Astar to stake, unstake, swap, and others, what is very nice. And here to see that Akala, in the past, Akala have moved their L dot, LC dot inside Parallel.
Halal and stuff.
Yeah. Some topic was done in the past with Bifrost inside the Kusama side. We have seen the VKSM was moving inside Bifrost. And here to see that Akala go accept when their TVL move for a part inside Moonbeam. I think it's a very positive topic for the ecosystem.
It's definitely that's one of the things that kind of originally drew me to Polkadot first. That ideally we would all work together and kind of
Yeah.
as part of the investment thesis of Polkadot, it's that like, oh, like if any one good parachain starts on Polkadot, that's actually good for everybody. Like once you're onboarded to Bifrost, you're onboarded to Akala, you're onboarded to all these other chains. It just kind of works by default. What surprised me though, and what does always surprise me, is like when I was at the Polkadot Summit last year, with all the kind of parachain teams, people kind of see it as like, oh, them taking from us, or like they're taking our glory, or like, like the dot swap debate. Like people didn't want Parity having their own kind of app or chain because that kind of took away value from the parachains. Again, I strongly disagree with that. I think that we should try and grow the whole pie, and that having different assets from different chains move around is the inherent value of Polkadot. And hopefully, we can then skate towards that. I think the bit that people always like hate on me for is like saying that like if Astar does really well, or if Bifrost does, or any of the chains, Akala does really, really well, that brings everybody up. It doesn't push everyone down. It gets more people into the whole kind of pool we have, the melting pot. But obviously, if you're running one of these projects, it's kind of hard to admit that you want the resources going to you. You want the limelight, and it's like a fine line. So I can understand that.
Yeah.
The other side of the debate.
It's a moment to open a pool L.V.
See, there's this weird thing. Like I've been talking to StellaSwap guys a lot about this. I'm good friends with my brothers over at StellaSwap.
Yeah, it can be a good option, a good topic to have this pool like this.
Well, the problem is the incentives are different. The like parachain teams, the Bifrost team, Bifrost wants like V dot and dot, whereas StellaSwap. Sorry, go.
Yeah, after to have a pool L.V. you don't need to incentive them. The people are in full in staking, very safe already, they're staking. In bonus, very safe the swap inside the pool. You don't need to make an extra incentive of it. The pool will be managed by the market.
Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have used the word incentive. By incentive, I meant like they want different things, and not the coins being deposited as extra rewards. What I was going to say is like the Bifrost team or like the Akala team, they want like liquid staking coin, Polkadot, so like V dot dot L dot dot. But StellaSwap don't really like those. Not that they don't like them. I'm sure they do like them. Of course they do. But like if we look at the Bifrost pool now, there's like $2.7 million in it, and it's done how much volume today? it's done what, only 50K in volume, did way less yesterday. And why does that happen? Because like there's no volatility between dot and v dot. Like the ratio slowly moves, that's fair. But if you compare that to a volatile pair like dot and glimmer or dot and Bitcoin, where like that pair will move loads and there'll be loads of volume. Like the StellaSwap guys, success for them is volume, whereas success for Bifrost is giving people a way to sell out of their product. So they kind of both want different things a little bit, and they can agree on some things, but I kind of saw that play out a week or two ago. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, you know, StellaSwap want volatility and want volume, and Bifrost kind of want the opposite. They want it to be pegged at the fair price to let people sell.
But to have the price correct for Bifrost mean volume on the pool, because if the price is correct, people will swap inside, and if the price is not correct, people will swap inside in the reverse. So in every case, they both go in the same direction.
No, I know, but volatile pairs that move on price movements, will always do more volume than just flow pairs.
Of
so
course.
like dot v dot is just a pair that's like there's flow. So like if a trader sells, then the arbs step in and they buy, and vice versa. Whereas dot and v dot or dot and glimmer, even if nobody buys or sells, that pair's still going to have to move because the price of Polkadot's gone up or the price of whatever's gone down.
So if they want volume, what they need is to open a VDOT with another token. Because if you have, for example, a VDOT Glimmer pool and a dot VDOT pool, you have also the dot Glimmer, the Glimmer dot pool. And so each time the price of dot or Glimmer move, it's make a trade in the tree pool to make the arbitrary automatic, and so it make volume. So if they want to create volume, they need to have minimum 2 pool of a token. To have only 1 pool of the token, reduce a lot your volume.
Very true. Very, very, very true. Plus, I'll find even if you have 2 pools of a certain token, you can like make a synthetic pair with the smart contract. I've done that a few times where it's like, let's say you've got Bitcoin and USDT and then Ethereum and USDT. You can use a smart contract to also make a Bitcoin Ethereum pair. So that's like once you get into the trading side of it, it gets really niche. Like you can do all these really weird strategies, long tail, short tail, kind of go for different opportunities.
But like my position I have taken previous week in Ethereum, when I long Ethereum by Bitcoin inside the ecosystem. Inside only the DeFi of the ecosystem, I have taken a long Ethereum Bitcoin. It cost me nothing to keep the position. My position is free. It just need my collateral, and my collateral is VDOT inside the money market of Interlay. But it's nice also when I have the feeling that some money market also will arrive in the future. I know that if you look the objective of HydraDX, of Bifrost, they plan to open a money market next year, and this is also something we need. Even if it puts the risk to have too much money market, and currently we don't success to have one money market enough big, to give good reward in the both way. Because globally we have the money market of Interlay, what is not so much volume, but it's look pretty safe, and the token inside it's pretty safe. You don't have a mix of so much topic, so it's good. And now we can use VDOT inside. I don't know if Yakala try to push LDOT inside. It can be also interesting. It's very interesting to be in money market with some stacking token. And we'll see what they'll open. HydraDX also, I think it's today, they are open the pool between DOT and a sub token from Subsocial. And so it's their first pool in 50-50. It's not a pool inside their Omni pool. It's a pool 50-50 to let the opportunity to the sub token to have a discovery price without any risk for the Omni pool. And in the near future, it will be free to open any 50-50 pool inside HydraDX. I don't think it's open yet to be created for anybody, but soon it will be possible. And so I think it will be the first substrate pool you can open I'm not sure. I don't have check. I don't know if you have looked if it's smart contract like Solidity smart contract or if it's a substrate pool. But I think it will be the first substrate pool you can open as you want.
Here's a good question for you because I was been reading through all the Hydra DX docs a lot the last few weeks, and now that you say it, in the Omni pool, if one of the assets goes to zero, does that destroy all the other assets?
Uh,
Like, let's
it's not.
say like they have wrapped Bitcoin, and let's say the wormhole bridge breaks, wrapped Bitcoin goes to zero. Does that because like does that destroy because like if you have a normal liquidity pool and like you've let's say wrapped Bitcoin and USDT and Bitcoin goes down loads, the whole pool is going to be full of Bitcoin and empty of USDT really quickly. Will that same thing happen on Hydra? Can it happen?
I don't have checked the details, but I think they have put some security process on this point, like stop the trading or others. And in every case, we have seen with the bear market, many token drawdown of 95%, and the pool have successfully survived. But it was all the asset going down. For me, and it's what I think currently, I think it's not enough safe, not for security reason, but for financial reason, to put liquidity inside HydroDX because you still have some impermanent loss. If your token, you put, I don't know, one token and the token drop a lot more compared to the other token, you will have an impermanent loss. And you will receive the LNERA token to compensate, but it will not compensate the value if your token begin to skyrocket compared to the others. And currently, you don't have incentive except for DOT token. But as you don't have incentive, the reward of swap fee is not enough to compensate the risk of impermanent loss from my point of view. So from my point of view, the financial risk is not good inside the HydraDX pool. And it's also for this, when very often when the token is listing on the Omni pool, it's the project himself that arrive with the token. I know, I don't have looked all in detail, but I know that for Bifrost, for BNC, they have arrived with 600,000 token on the pool. And it's coming from the project, not from a user. And I think currently the Omni pool don't pay enough to interest a user to put their token inside. Me, on my side, I have some BNC on Polkadot side that I don't have put in farming yet currently, and I will not put in HydroDX pool for waiting. It's not rentable from my point of view. And I speak only for financial topic. I don't speak question of security. What is two different topic.
No, I also met the HydroDex team. I think they're great as well. But for me, I can understand the advantages of having all the assets in the same pool. I think that can be a good idea. I think the whole curve model of like 3 or 4 assets in one pool is a great idea. But when all the assets in the platform are in one pool, it just makes me a tiny bit uncomfortable. That it's like I'm kind of happy holding, let's say, Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I'm not really happy holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and this other huge basket of assets, which because you're providing liquidity, you basically are. You're willing to exchange your assets for those other assets at XYZ price.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see them do it. I think the whole bond thing was a cool product to at least try. I'd love to see some secondary trading of that. I don't want to disparage them. I think they're doing a great job there. They're picking up traction from what I can see.
They do a very good job. Huh? This is not the question, but just is not rentable to put the token inside the pool. That's all. It's always a question of rentability compared to the risk, and the risk of impermanent loss exists on HydroDX. It's look maybe less impermanent loss than classic pool, but still impermanent loss.
Yeah, and it just feels like you're not really getting paid for that extra impermanent loss risk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The payment is not enough to compensate the risk. But
No
it's
doubt.
a very classic in the DeFi ecosystem.
Yeah, I think the DeFi ecosystem changes so quick, and my experience is a lot of the times people don't even really know what they're signing up for, let alone like even for me and you, like I read through all these project docs and there's loads of stuff you can't find on the documentation. That's like this is kind of important why can't I find this anywhere? And it's like, what's the answer to this question? Um, but that's just the nature of this being so new, such a new and emerging kind of industry. That the docs are still being written, guys. We're working on it.
But I felt the topic working nice in HydraDX than we don't see in other place. It's their OTC function. You know, there are OTC page when you can propose some deal and the people can accept. Me, you know, I have buy a lot of HydraDX bonds because it was interesting with the promotion and others. And I have success to sell the majority of them against HDX by OTC because I was make some deal of OTC giving 16% bonus from HDX to HDX bond. You give 16% bonus to be locked during 1 year compared to the 4% of stacking. So I was offer 4 times percent the stacking, and people have sell it. People have take it. I have sales maybe 2 millions of HDX bonds by OTC. Alors, for 0.5% of the user, I know who is it, but there are some user I don't know who is it, and so it's nice.
I also think the OTC product is probably one of their, I don't want to say their best, but it's one
Yeah.
of the most interesting products they have. I'd love to see that get loads of traction. Like if that started doing big volume, that would be super cool. Like if people tried to use, like if someone tried to use that to sell 1 million Polkadot or like a large amount, and kind of see what happens, I think that would be really interesting. We might be some time from that happening, but hopefully we see them get there.
And the other nice topic they have, as say Limo on the chat, and they are DCA tool. And I think their DCA tool can be also a very nice option for some teams. Because if you are a team inside the ecosystem and you want to make a long trade to buy token and others, but you don't want to be to have some user they buy before you, after you, and others, you just can program it a very small DCA on HydraDX, and it's very smooth. Because you know, me, I know some friend of me, they was doing Akala for AUSD when they was buyback AUSD, and they was looking to when they was saying that we were making it at the same time during some days. By the day after, they buy and sell just before, just after, because if they know they will do it at 7 p.m., they do it 15 minutes before. And
yeah,
so
you go.
And so this type of DCA can say, okay, it's every 5 block during 20 days. So you have no reason to try to front run something because it's only small swap during very long time. And so I think it's very comfortable for teams to do this type of operation.
I think it could be great for governance. That like for the governance side of things, using HydraDX for DCAs is a great operation. But I think most of the teams that need to buy or sell regularly can code these up themselves. But for governance proposals where someone has to buy or sell a large of whatever coin, then I can understand how, having a fully on-chain mechanism to kind of do it all is a really great product to offer.
Yeah, but I understand your point that team can code it. But to show when you use the tools on the ecosystem, it's also show it develops the ecosystem. So also to say, me for example, if you read the tokenomics of Bifrost, they plan to use a part of the treasury win by the 10% of fee on the V token staking. They plan to make some buyback of BNC token. For the moment, it's not the case. It will be the case on the future, I hope. Me, clearly, the day they will make some government talk on it, I will say, okay, let's do it, and let's do it by DCA on HydraDX. You can buy back the token directly on HydraDX Omnivore. I think it's some nice operation to the different protocol use the tool of the different protocol and don't stay only on their place.
It's good for morale. It's good for general morale and kind of cross promotion of other people's products. And I think it goes back to what we said at the start that if we can all start to view this as if one of us wins, we all win, especially in the DeFi kind of sector of Polkadot, that's definitely the biggest net positive for all of us because we just our biggest problem at the moment is like we need to grow the pie. Like there's only 300,000 people on the pie of DeFi, or not even DeFi, just on Polkadot parachains every month. We need to get that into the multiple millions. And a lot of tricks like these can go down very well with the community and kind of be seen to be cross promoting other people's applications and cool stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, clearly, and it's for this I say that it's nice to see the L dot moving in Moonbeam, because it was something. It stopped to show that the people try to protect their TVL and they cross their TVL, and it's what we need. We need to cross the TVL of the different DeFi parachain, and it's where it will make them advance. Let's give the different option everywhere, and it just will be it will create activity. And what we miss currently is activity, as I say each time, and this creates some activity. Maybe you can see like artificial activity, but it's okay. Let's create some artificial activity.
Yeah.
We have seen worst artificial activity in some other blockchain now.
Any activity is good activity.
Yeah.
Up only. Did you hear about the parallel thing? I kind of only remembering about it in passing, but apparently they're like stopping the trading of their token and they're gonna relist their token on Ethereum or something. Did you see that?
Parallel?
Yeah, Parallel Finance.
I don't have read, because I have read for Equilibrium. Equilibrium, they try to recreate a new token to replace the Iki token. And I don't know if I have good read, but like the new token, they will distribute maybe only 3% of the supply to the old token holder. So the old token will value like nothing. For me, I have read this remake of the tokenomics with a new token for Equilibrium, and it looks like red alert. Like, okay, I have already so many red alert points, but here it look like, but again red alert, because for example, they was trying to attract liquidity in Equilibrium by giving a 10% staking on everything, like in L.dot, in C.613 and others, and they was doing it against Iki token give with 6-month lock. Now when the 6-month lock is finished, they remove the token and they create a new token, and they say this token have no value.
Oh, no. Maybe it's because because Astar are not doing this. They're not moving the token, to be fair to them, but they're moving to another ecosystem. But as you're saying, it's a pretty big red flag when people start kind of trying to move the whole token to be natively on a different chain. Kind of just feels like what's happening to the original people. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't want to throw stones at Parallel. I just was surprised when I saw it. I was like, if you have all the infrastructure set up and all the original people with the tokens, surely just leave them there and kind of find a way to bridge them back and forth or something. But we'll see.
See, for example, you see what I share here currently, the Iki token on the new token, it's 1.75% of the treasury. So you are full diluate. So it's topic
even
very,
stability.
very yeah.
Stability funds.
I've said, okay, the IMM liquidity is 83% and others. The team, 8%. You know, I don't know. For me, it looks like, and plus you have a very big vesting and others. I don't know. For me, it's look.
Also, stability fund. If we just go back up for a second, like, does that just mean if the price goes up, they're going to sell? Because they can't buy more of their coins with their coins, so they can't buy if it goes down.
I don't know, but for me, it's a big alert. And so you have something on Parallel Finance, you say?
Yeah. I'll try grab a link. I definitely saw something.
Yeah, dear brother. I have it. Interesting. Hello, I have it here. So
yeah, that's it.
Temporary pause of para token trading. In every case, the para token was illiquid, fully illiquid. It's what I was saying already. So nobody trade para. So it merged with your Ethereum product. Okay. In every case, for me, it's just the following of what happened during the end, during the end of the release of Parachain. There was don't care and they don't have relays. They don't have take a second slot of Parachain because they don't care of parallel finance and they don't care of Polkadot. It's finished. So I'm very happy that Parallel have taken some topics seriously and then release all the dot token from their C.613 token. It have shown some professional on this point to try to finish properly. But we really see, and we see it again here, that their job in Polkadot is finished. And it's the end of Parallel in Polkadot. We know it already. It's not a big surprise, but now it's official.
You're right. I do always think it's funny how like it doesn't make it look like that if you just read the post. It sounds like a kind of great opportunity almost, but which I think I always find crazy in crypto that it's like if you read something, you don't really have to believe it. You kind of need to think of the second order effects. You kind of need to think about why are they saying this? Because like just from reading that post, you'd think, oh, like this is actually good news. But I think, as you've just said, this may not be good news. It could be actually really bad news.
I have seen this type of post was not saying if you try deeper, not saying the truth. It's common in all project and even from good project and good team. Sometimes it's not possible to say the truth. We see it also in politics, in economy, in central bank. They don't have the choice sometimes to lie. So here they don't have the choice to say that it's an opportunity, blah, blah, blah. It's impossible for them to say, Polkadot, we don't have success to attract enough. We want to try inside another ecosystem. Goodbye, and that's all. They need to make it look nice and like an opportunity. They don't have the choice of it. So for me, you don't have the choice to say something else. So let's see, but it's interesting to see how some project we was not really full confident. We are not confident on the product, but then we don't know where they go. We don't know where will be the future of it. We are seeing it on the past from Equilibrium. We are seeing it for Parallel, and we see some red alert on the both. Not red alert of scam, but red alert when it's not good for the economy or everything don't have go in the good direction. And we was not confident to put liquidity for some reason on the both. Some topic was safe, some topic was more difficult. I've already make some red alert on the money market of ACO Finance, for example, then the number on the money market of ACO Finance look fully not logic. They are so issue on the matrix, and here it just confirm.
That's fair. I do think that setting up and running a money market is much harder than it looks. Like it's way, way harder because not only do you need to like liquidate people, but also you don't really get a lot of fees, and you kind of need people to initially provide liquidity. So it just kind of makes the whole collection of problems quite a hard problem to solve. Like it's almost like a product you can only start in a bull market, you know?
Alors, I think you need to start the market before the bull market to take the place during the bull market.
Yeah, that's true. But think about it, when you've launched 6 months and you're kind of sitting there, you're kind of Moonwell. Like Moonwell are trying to do this, and they're just kind of like they're moving to base now. I don't think they're fully moving, but they're putting a lot of effort to building on base. The Coinbase.
In Moonwell, there are not enough token and liquidity. It was very difficult to take a position on Moonwell. It was very often not enough rentable. They don't have liquid stacking dot, for example. For me, it's a big issue on the money market. If you don't have a liquid stacking dot, it's an issue. I know that there was a talk from Moonwell to integrate VDOT. I don't have advance on it, but it was in talk on it. And
Well,
we still have one big issue. Yeah.
Now that the pools are going live on StellaSwap, I think they probably will. Like I was talking to the Moonwell people too, and they said they were listing VDOT soon or soon-ish. And I think maybe the problem up until now was, 6 months ago, you couldn't liquidate VDOT on Moonbeam. So you can't really let someone borrow against it if you can't blow them out.
Yeah. After all these are developing, now we see some pool and others. It's a topic to be developed. But after we have also one issue we have for all the money market. It's the majority of the money market work around some stable coin. And currently, okay, we have the stablecoin from Tether, USDT, but from the USDC, we have an issue to have some native USDC on the ecosystem. And you know it. Everybody wants USDC and nobody success to have it. I will just show you something. You will see it's funny because I have go in Moonwell and do you see the number of native USDC they have? 5 cents.
No, I know, but do you know why that is? So like USDC is now native on Polkadot. Okay, so it is. You can get native USDC from Circle on Polkadot, but the only people that can mint it are people that open Circle business accounts, like institutional accounts. And you might have seen this in Chaos DAO. I tried to open one of these accounts.
Yeah, they block everybody.
Loads of people have tried to open these accounts. No one is allowed to open a Circle account. And I don't know what it was I did to them, but like, I'm squeaky clean. But Circle don't want people to open business accounts with them, so we can't mint USDC on Polkadot. So it's kind of just pain. Yeah, like this is what I was going for. I was trying to get this. This is how we know there's no USDC on Polkadot because there's 11 grand just to grab.
If someone is motivated, there are $11,000 to win just by, okay, you mint USDC, you send in HydraDX, you swap, you receive the 11,000 more in DAI, you go transfer them in the Ethereum, and you win just 10K after to have removed all the fee. And so it's a huge, it's a free money, but just nobody take it because nobody can mint.
I tried to take it, man. I was trying to take that for weeks, but
I know.
I was disallowed. I was disallowed from taking it. That was such a huge. That was a.
You are not a serious guy.
That was one of the biggest L's I took this year. Just wrecked. Fighting with Circle for 3 weeks.
It's clearly one of the issue, and it's where we see that Tether are better working on this type of topic. Oh, you know, I have sell a lot of HDX bonds. Now I buy HDX bonds. I have put an order just for fun. It's more for urgency context. Like if someone have HDX bond, he want to exit right now because he need money right now. You know, sometime he can arrive. And here it's just to give the possibility against 30% bonus.
And bottom feeder.
No, guy. You need to see. I accept to don't take 4% staking rewards. I say, okay, I don't take 4% staking rewards. If one day during the year someone need money right now, he can pay 30%. Okay,
you're the guy.
It's expensive, but globally they buy HDX bonds at 30% bonus. So just they will lose the bonus or when they have buy HDX in the past. And it gives a possibility. So I sacrifice my 4% of staking reward to maybe if someone in the future want it at 30% discount to take a win. But I don't know if it will happen. I don't know. It's a risk reward. I decide. I risk my 4% stacking to maybe win 30%. And on the other side, it's given a possibility on the market. It gives an opportunity of the market that if someone needs money for X or Y reason right now, and is locked in HDX bonds, you have an exit possible for him. So it's a bonus. It's win-win because me, I will win money on the topic, but him, he will win the possibility to exit when he wants. At losing the bonus of when he have enter, because majority of the people have enter with 30% bonus. So he will just lose the bonus of entering on HDX bond by exiting HDX bonds. Voilà. It's a deal, and if people want it, feel free for them.
Nice. Good for you. I hope it goes your way.
If he go or not, it's not important. The objective is to give possibility on the market to do topic.
Yeah, that's cool. Maybe here I should start posting some OTC orders on HydraDX. Try some guys.
I think it will be nice to to make maybe some removing of OTC deal. I don't know how we can manage it because, you know, it can be very fast a nightmare with many shitty OTC deal. And I don't know if we can have a solution to cancel deal. Like, for example, after X days, it's possible to vote to cancel deals or topic like this, because on the time, it will be more and more complex. Especially currently, they don't have filter option. It would be nice when on the page we have some filter option. Okay, I want to see a deal with this token or with this both token to try to filter it, or I don't know, to see directly on the page the comparison of the price compared to the comparison of the price inside the pool. Here there are many topics we can upgrade on the interface. If I show my screen, we can really see. So here, for example, we have the price. We can directly have, for example, the price inside the pool to compare the trade here and the trade inside the Omnipool. We can have directly some filter option to say, okay, I want to see all the deal based in sub token. Here, for the moment, it's not even possible to select all the token. Me, my HDX bonds, it's not possible to select it. It's not on the list. I don't have the choice when to create my OTC than Intrasext, because it's even not possible to select it. So you see, some filter, some option will make this page better and more attractive for the users. This it's what I think.
True. They have some. They have some.
But
minor
they go on the
improvements
good
there.
way. They go on the good way.
I think the best solution to terrible OTC deals is just way more OTC deals. Like if it gets more active, the bad ones will just get pushed to the bottom
Okay.
pretty quickly.
I create activity. I
Alright, I'll
create
have to
OTC
look
deal
at it.
and the people buy it. So I have created some activity on this page.
You have. I'll have to
Yeah,
get in there.
I have tried a little. So what else you have seen this week, or what else, some other DeFi topic or some DeFi news you have seen on the ecosystem when you want to speak of it? And on the chat, don't hesitate if you have some comments, some question, or if you want to show and what do you think of this topic or this topic? Do you have CVs? Don't hesitate to share and ask questions on the chat. It will be really a pleasure to answer and to communicate with you. So don't hesitate.
Ask your questions all. I actually do have a question for you because you love the Bifrost guys. You know the pending deposit and withdrawal queue, the like instant unstake queue. How often does that clear out? Because it seems like on all the other liquid staking products, it's like once an era. So basically once every 24 hours, like queue gets cleared and then it kind of all starts again. If there's more that want to unstake, they kind of go actually to the unstaking. And if there's some that want to deposit, they go in. But with Bifrost, it seems to be kind of, I don't want to call it random, but it seems to be just it doesn't align with the rest of them. You don't know about that?
It's very simple. Globally, in Bifrost, you have different queue. You have the queue to exit, and you have, like all the other liquid staking, you have a bonded pool to enter. And after, you have the token inside. Globally, what happened? Let's try, maybe I can take some example. I will present my screen. I will present, I will present my Discord.
Because like, for example, like I've been watching the unstaking queue all
Yeah,
day.
yeah. But look, I have some example very clear. Here, for example, if we see my screen and we look here on my Discord of bot, there are here some information, liquid staking, official ratio, gap swap, and unstaking and available. Here globally, what is mean? It's there are currently 61,000 dot in unstaking. 61,000 dot is unstaking. So here it's people. Each time someone will mint some VDOT, the VDOT of the people mint will be given to the people in unstaking. And so it will remove. For example, if someone came with 10,000 dot in staking, I will not see 61, we will see 51 because the people the most longer on the queue will receive their dot. If too much people are in unstaking compared to the people they mint, the algorithm of Bifrost will request some unstaking of the ledger on the Polkadot. And so some unstaking of DOT will be available in 28 days. And so globally, they have an algorithm to define if they need to do it or not. To success to be at the maximum at 28 days to give back the token. So this is the unstaking. And the available, you see here in Glimmer, we have another topic. We have available 12,096 available and 0 in unstaking, what is normal. So it means that currently nobody unstake. And someone have mint, and we have still 12,000 token available. So it means that if right now I unstake, for example, I unstake 2,000 Glimmer, I will resave my Glimmer right now because there are 12,000 available. So if I unstake for 2,000, but they are enough to pay me right now. And if at the end of the era, there are still some Glimmer available, the Glimmer available will be moved on the staking on Moonbeam. It is more clear for you right now?
No, that bit was clear for me. What's kind of unclear, because I can, I've traded all these products myself, but what's unclear to me is like, it seems in the unstaking queue when they're like waiting for DOT. If you check all the other products every era, so like every 24 hours, if this queue is too big and there's not enough that it can't fill it out, it'll just go take all these away and send the request to unstake from the pool. But with
If there
Bifrost,
an algorithm they define.
Sorry?
It's an algorithm they define if they need to request some unstake or not.
Okay, so unknown, you're saying?
Or by
There's no, like,
if you search
hard
on the guide, if you search on the GitHub, you can find, I think.
All right, thanks. I'll have a look.
You know, in general, the information is public, just difficult to find. But they use an algorithm to define it. And so if there are too much, they will remake some unstake. But in every case, you stay always on the queue. Just at the end of the era, if some token have been unstaked, they will arrive in the available pool. And so if you have some people in unstaking and available, the available is given to the people in unstaking. And so depending of how many unstaking is done, the system will ask some unstaking really apply on chain of Polkadot. It's depending of the feeling between unstaking and minting of VDOT token. Here, for example, for file, we know that there are unstaking ongoing because there are too much people that exit compared to the number of people that enter.
And how long do those people have to wait? 2 years, I think.
520 days.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's true. It's good paid, but it's crazy. We have a question. What are your thoughts on the limited LP farm reward on the L.dot pair on Stellar Swap? Do you know of any plan to expand that either by Akala or Stellar Swap?
I'm sure both parties are going to see how it goes and then kind of review again down the road. I think a lot of the time they need to put the incentives on to kind of justify listing these pools at all to the community. So the kind of TVL will ramp up once the pool gets listed and the incentives are there, and then the TVL might come back down once the incentives get a lot less juicy. But even 6 or 8 months later, the pool is still there. So it's still kind of a net positive. Regarding kind of any plans to expand it, I don't know at this point in time. Probably a good idea to follow the Stellar Swap and Akala Twitter accounts, or X accounts as they're called now. I would say that's the best strategy. Regarding farming and like the best strategies in general for farming, my experience from knowing guys that do this a lot is being extremely nimble, like moving in and out of the farms quite quickly and avoiding impermanent loss at all costs. I think that's the only way to make real money being just a DeFi farmer. You kind of need to be very, very actively moving, and you kind of need to understand the fact that most of the rewards you get are not from the trading fees, but from the liquidity incentives. And the liquidity incentives are basically free money being given out by the teams. So you kind of need to come in, grab the free money, and then move on to the next opportunity as quick as you can, and not kind of get stuck trying to nickel and dime these farms for little bits of money. But again, that's if you want to do this like very actively and you want to make kind of, you want to make this a full-time thing, then you would want to farm actively. But I can see other people want a more passive approach. Best answer to your question, probably follow the respective Twitter accounts and they'll update you.
After, from my point of view, I'm outside of any project, any team and others. Just it's the start of the pool, it's the start of the product. A team don't make a cross chain of their token, give liquidity inside the pool with a partner's project, tweet on it to stop it 2 weeks or 1 month after. It's a long-term process. Here it's just the beginning. So for the beginning, they make a nice incentive. Maybe in the future, the incentive will be little, but it's not something they will be stopped very early. After, if you are, a farmer, really a professional farmer, you move from the farm to the farm and you come back when it's better. And this, in this case, is not an issue. After, if you want something very passive, but in this case, you are not very interesting on StellarSwap pool. I don't know, you will stay on L.dot in Euphrat in Acala, or you will stay in a stable pool V.dot on Bifrost. But you will not here to chasing and to go search, oh, okay, today I'm in Bifrost, tomorrow I'm in StellarSwap, but here there are a pool open in Astar, so I'm moving on Swap. It's different type of people, I think. So here, there's something, we take it, you give rewards, that's all.
Yeah, nice. It's got a good bit of liquidity too, 250K. Not bad.
But thank you for your question, Guy.
Yeah, great question.
I don't know if there are some other question you have on the chat or some topic you want to see. I don't know, the hoster, if you want to speak of something else, or we can be soon at the 1 hour's end and to go to see something else.
Well, I'm gonna do my usual and dork it up and talk about normal finance now for a couple of minutes, even though I'm sure no one wants to hear about it. But markets are actually beginning to price in Federal Reserve interest rate cut at the first quarter of next year. And a very famous hedge fund manager, Bill Ackman, has also come out saying that interest rates are likely to be cut in the start of next year. I think what does that mean for the likes of like normal people right now? Inflation is maybe not beaten, but it is cooled significantly and is in the back mirror. When you'll start to see that in your normal tabloid newspapers, I don't know, or on social media, I don't know. But that's what the data is telling us now in especially the US economy, but also in places around Europe. So that's good for all of us. For those that don't want to follow normal finance, central bank interest rates going down is really good for risky assets, including crypto. So hopefully that can open the gates to kind of an easier time for the crypto assets or an easier time for home buyers and car buyers and stuff. You have to understand, like, a big problem from my perspective for DeFi at the moment is like a money market. Like, if Moonwell pays you 5% to put in USDT, why would you not just buy US government bonds for 5.5% or 4.5% now, and it's guaranteed? So real money interest rates falling is going to be great for DeFi, I think, just because people will go in search of these kind of more risky yielding products. But we won't bore anyone anymore with finance. Do you have anything left to say, Mr. No Risk?
No, it's perfect. So thank you for this great talk. It was nice. We speak of a lot of different topic. We have reviewed some news of the ecosystem on the DeFi, the equilibrium topic, the parallel topic. We speak of the different farming pool currently in Vel.dot, L.dot, what is the two main staking on the ecosystem currently. We speak of the different problematics of money market, stablecoin USDC, and others. We speak a lot of HydraDX because we see some nice development and nice advancements on this side. So me currently, my point of view on the DeFi of the ecosystem. We have some people in advance, and on this we can see globally, but Acala still with the biggest TVL of liquid staking. We can continue to see Bifrost developing different product working well and many lot of cross activity. We see that HydraDX try to have different token coming from different parachain. It's advanced well, different option, and it's working well. And we see that it's advanced on some good direction, and we hope we'll see more and more cross-chain activity on the ecosystem, because what we need is activity. It's what I try to explain to them. We don't need more people that just make stacking and see you in 4 years. We have enough of this type of people on the sofa taking their beer and nothing. We need to have some people making sports.
Cool. Yeah, I agree.
Evan, thank you, and see you next week. I hope everybody will come back also next week, and have a nice week and nice day.
Ciao, everybody.
Bye-bye.